Hashtag freedom before 40. That's what I wanted to accomplish this year. And I think I am there. Hey, what's up, guys? Just a few thoughts that I was thinking about today, and just wanting to be a little real with this channel and anyone who might be watching. But just going over some fears that I had and probably still do have, especially when I first started this company in March of 2020. So the first one was the first biggest fear was I was worried every single one of my customers would cancel. And if you don't know about my story, I ended up getting about 65 customers from a guy I used to work for to start my own business. So these are customers I've known for like several years, but they had been with the other company for several years. So I was just unsure when I first started this company if, I was just scared that, they would all cancel and I would have spent all this money and spent all this time learning to just not have any customers. But that fear has since disappeared. Here we are, October 1st, which is incidentally my birthday, the big 40. So, but yeah, right now I have around 72, I think. So I definitely, gained a few. But if you're just starting out and, you're just scared about, like getting customers, or, maybe it's your first year and you're not sure if you raise your rates, like, are your customers going to cancel? Man, I was right there with you, because there were a good number of my customers that I did increase the price. It was only maybe $2 or $3, but even then I was scared that they would see that price increase and cancel right away. And the reason why I was scared about increasing prices is because the guy who I got all these accounts from very rarely increased prices. I did raise a couple prices, and a couple people did reach out to me, saying that this guy did it for this last year. I know my yard's easy, it's straightforward, so can you do it for what he charged? And just wanting the customers, I agreed to it. Next year, 2021, gonna send out my rate increase letter to everyone, and increase my prices, just to be able to keep up with inflation, and to make more money, to put more money in the bank, to save more money for equipment, and just help provide the lifestyle that I do want. So the second fear that I had when I was doing all this research about how to run a lawn care company, I've been mowing lawns for like 14 years, so that I know how to do. But as far as running a lawn care company, how do you do that? So just watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts. I found Yard Book, obviously not a sponsor. Hopefully, maybe one day. I found out that people could store their credit cards on file, and all you basically have to do is when you send them an invoice and it's time to pay, you just click a little button that says charge card. You charge the card, and then you get the money like 2 days later. I do my billing differently than probably most everyone, because I was struggling for money when I first started, and I was just wondering, how am I going to be able to pay for gas, pay for equipment, pay myself, pay any help that I might have? And how I decided to come up with that is I decided to do weekly invoicing. And the guy who I got all these customers from billed monthly. there would be times where he wouldn't see money anywhere from 30 to 60 days after that, like, first cut, like at the first of the month. He's not seeing that money for 30, 45, 60 days sometimes. That was something I could not do. I decided to do weekly invoicing, to send out all my invoices out the Sunday following all the services, whether that's aerating, cleanups, mowing, fertilizer, mulch, whatever. So that was scary, just not sure if people would be on board with having to pay weekly. But if you have them set up with a credit card on file and they trust you, that's a huge point, is your customers have to trust you to be able to hand over, that card for you to charge it the correct amount, and not put an extra zero at the end of it. They all did trust me. We're pretty much on a first name basis with all the customers that I did get. That's what I ended up doing, is getting credit card on file from probably 95% of my current customers. And now any customer I do get who comes up to me, who starts service, I just explain to them how I do my billing. Weekly invoicing, I require a credit card on file. Invoices go out Sunday. Credit card is charged on Wednesday. And I don't tell them this, but then, that way all that money is, sitting in my bank account Friday morning. I have consistent cash flow, which is really, really nice. So yeah, if you're worried about if your customers are going to be on board with storing a credit card on file, don't worry about it. It's the way technology is going. I think they appreciate the fact that it's just one more thing that they don't really have to worry about. I show up on Wednesday, I cut their yard, and they don't have to worry about paying me. So a third fear that I have was that I would procrastinate. That fear of procrastination just came out of the fear of failing. That if I just didn't try, I wouldn't get burned. I wouldn't get hurt. I wouldn't lose money. You just have to honestly force yourself sometimes to do the things that you don't want to do. Whether that's waking up early, going to bed early, doing maintenance on your equipment when you're tired at the end of the day, or the weekend, or, working weekends, or, sending out emails to your customers about new services or to schedule services. Force yourself to do these things. The fourth fear that I had probably was that I would get overwhelmed. And I ended up getting a helper. He could only help really 2 days a week, but it was nice, having an extra set of hands, or someone trimming while I'm mowing, or mowing while I'm trimming. The fear of getting overwhelmed just because I wasn't sure if I bit off more than I could chew. I knew I could do the work. When it's your own business, there's that fear of just being so overwhelmed that you're going to fail, or you're not going to be able to do everything that you need to do, to make money, to make customers happy. If you feel like you're going to get overwhelmed, know that there's other people out there who have felt that way. You can do it. I did it. Kick it into another gear and get it done. You can. A fifth fear that I had probably was the fear that my equipment would break down, or even worse, stolen. I think having the weekly invoicing and the weekly revenue coming in helped me quite a few times this year. With my 60-inch, I had a spindle on underneath break on me. It cost about $600. It was nice to be able to just take it to my mechanic and have him fix it right away and be able to pay for it. And the only way that I was really able to pay for that is because I did the weekly invoicing and I did have the weekly cash flow. So if you're just starting out and you're worried about revenue, you're worried about income, maybe consider doing weekly invoicing. That solved so many of my problems, so many of my fears at the beginning. You know, you spend money on this stuff, and this stuff is your livelihood. And if something was to happen to it, what would you do? What could you do if you don't have the money in your bank account to pay for it? So the sixth fear that I had was not making any money or not making a profit. I'm on track to make over twice as much this year as I did last year. And that just like blows my mind that I was capable of doing something like that, you know? So I recently opened up a total of 5 bank accounts, and you know, each one is labeled a specific thing. And one of those is a profit account. With each Friday that I get paid, I take anywhere between 5 to 10% of that total amount and put it into my profit account. You know, a couple of the other accounts I have are a new equipment account. And I usually put $100, $200 in that account every week. And then, I have a payroll account. I have a maintenance account. I think a maintenance account is going to be huge. Having cash reserves in that account in case something does break, you know, I do have that money right on hand to where I don't have to dip into, you know, my take home pay or my profit or the money I'm going to, you know, pay myself or any workers that I have. That's one thing I've learned over the past couple months that has helped relieve that fear of not making any money and not having a profit. I know I have a profit because I can look on my bank account and see money in there. Yeah, it might be small. I'm a small operation, you know, but it's a profit. And that feels good. 6 fears that I had when I started this business, a couple I still do have. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any fears. Let me know in the comments. This is your first year. If you're thinking about starting a lawn care company and you do have fears, you know, write a comment down below and, you know, share them, or, you know, find your friends and, you know, share them. So yeah, guys, there you have it. 6 fears that I had when I first started this company. A few of them I still do have. I just wanted to share these, you know, with you, whether you're thinking about starting a lawn care company or it's your first year, your second, 5th, 10th year. Let me know in the comments below what fears you guys had, and if there are any fears that you still do have right now. Hashtag freedom before 40. That's what I wanted to accomplish this year, and I think I am there. I think I've gained freedom before I turn 40, so that feels good. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Later.